The Snipe and the Clam, a tale of bitter quarrels. Once upon a time, along the banks of a peaceful winding river, there lived two creatures who could not have been more different. One was a heavy, slow-moving clam with a thick, shiny shell. She spent most of her days resting in the cool river mud. The other was a swift, sharp-eyed snipe, a bird with long, slender legs and a needle-sharp beak, built for hunting near the water. On a warm and gentle afternoon, the sun beamed down on the riverbank. The clam decided it was a perfect time to get some air. She slowly opened her heavy shell, stretching wide to soak in the golden sunshine. Not far away, high in the sky, the hungry snipe was circling. His sharp eyes scanned the ground below. Suddenly, he spotted something glistening near the water's edge. "Ah! A fresh, juicy clam," the bird squawked to himself. Without a second thought, the snipe swooped down from the sky like an arrow. He landed silently on the mud, took aim, and thrust his sharp beak straight toward the clam's soft, exposed meat. Pluck! The beak struck its target. "Ouch!" cried the clam. By instinct, the clam snapped her heavy shell shut with all her strength. Clack! The clam's hard shell clamped down tight, trapping the bird's long beak right inside. The snipe gasped in surprise. He tried to pull his beak out, but the clam held on like an iron vise. He shook his head, tugged, and fluttered his wings, but he could not break free. "Hey, let go of me!" squawked the snipe, speaking through his tightly trapped beak. The clam, safe inside her impenetrable armor, replied calmly, "Let go? You tried to eat me. If I open my shell, you will finish your meal." The snipe puffed out his feathers, trying to look big and intimidating. He glared at the closed shell and sneered. "Listen to me, little clam. Today it will not rain. Tomorrow it will not rain either. Without rain, there will be no water. You will dry up right here on the mud, and you will turn into a dead clam." The clam was not frightened at all. She gripped the bird's beak even tighter and scoffed. "Is that so? Well, if I don't let you go today, and I don't let you go tomorrow, you won't be able to eat or drink anything either. You will starve right here, and you will turn into a dead bird." The snipe refused to give in, and the clam refused to yield. An hour passed. The sun grew hotter, baking the riverbank. The bird's legs began to ache from standing still, and his throat grew dry and thirsty. The clam, too, felt tired from holding her heavy shell closed for so long. Yet neither of them wanted to lose. Every time the snipe twitched his beak, the clam squeezed harder. Every time the clam tightened her shell, the snipe pulled back aggressively. "If I let go first, he'll think I'm weak," thought the clam. "If I back down, she'll mock me forever," thought the snipe. Blinded by anger and pride, both creatures focused entirely on beating each other. They were so consumed by their silly argument that they completely forgot about the world around them. They didn't notice the gentle rustling of the tall reeds nearby. They didn't see the heavy, dark shadow creeping slowly across the mud. Walking along the river was an old fisherman. He was carrying his wooden basket, looking for something to bring home for dinner. Suddenly, the fisherman stopped. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief. Right there on the bank stood a large bird with its beak locked inside a giant clam. The two were so busy glaring at each other and wrestling in the mud that they didn't even hear the man coming. The fisherman smiled from ear to ear. "Well, well, well," the fisherman chuckled softly. "What a wonderful day! I didn't catch any fish, but look what nature has brought me." The fisherman stepped forward quietly. With one simple motion, he reached out his hands, scooped up both the snipe and the clam together, and dropped them straight into his wicker basket. Clack! The lid closed over them, plunging them into darkness. Inside the dark basket, the bird and the clam finally stopped fighting. The snipe's beak slipped free from the shell, but it was far too late. "If only I hadn't been so greedy and stubborn," sighed the snipe softly. "If only I had been willing to compromise," whispered the clam in regret. Together, locked inside the fisherman's basket, they realized the painful truth. While they were busy fighting each other to win an argument, they had lost everything to someone else. And that is the origin of the famous ancient proverb, "When the snipe and the clam quarrel, it is the fisherman who profits." How often do we see this happen in our daily lives? Sometimes when we get into an argument with a friend, a classmate, or a family member, we care so much about winning that we refuse to listen. We hold on to our pride, waiting for the other person to say sorry first. But when two sides refuse to yield, both sides end up losing. Arguments consume our time, waste our energy, and ruin our happiness. And sometimes, while we are busy fighting, a bigger problem comes along and takes away what truly matters. Winning an argument is never worth losing a friend or ruining a peaceful day. True wisdom lies in knowing when to step back, when to listen, and when to let go. Thank you for listening. See you next time.